Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, I want to talk about connecting the disconnected. And I want to talk about in the African American Muslim community, the gender wars. Um, some of the African American Muslim within the United States disassociate psychologically themselves from African Americans and what is going on in the social psychological realm dealing with the African American community. And some of that it could be due to as anybody in the black community who accept a religion, whether it's Islam, Christianity, or whatever religious movement or denomination they are ascribing to, in many cases, psychologically, they look at themselves as special and they look at the movement as special and they separate themselves from what's going on in the black community. So for some of the African American Muslim who do this, at sometimes they don't realize that they still are afflicted with the social issues that's going on in America, whether it's social, economical issues, or if it's psychological issues. So amongst in the black community, there is a gender war between the black man and the black woman. And if we look at social media, YouTube, Facebook, we see a lot of YouTubers or those who have channels who are indulging in the gender war. Some of them are very negative, and few of them are positive, trying to give a positive spin. But majority of them are focusing on the negativity, meaning that they focusing on the issue with the opposite sex. So for the women, who most likely is coming from the feminist viewpoint, they are blaming the problems of black women on black men. And likewise, when it comes to the manosphere of the African American community, they are blaming the feminist black woman or masculine for all the problems in the relationship. This is something that is a gender war between the African Americans. And unfortunately, a lot of the African American Muslim has entered into these conversations, and some of them also have platforms doing so. With the light of Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala yahdi man yasha wa yudillu man yasha. Allah Azza wa Jal, He guide who He wills, who wants guidance, and He misguide who He wills, meaning those who don't want guidance. So in Islam, we are deeply rooted into fixing issues between male and female, between husband and spouse, between mother and daughter, mother and son, and father and father and daughter, and neighbor to neighbor. يعني الإصلاح يعني يوجد في القرآن, right? Rectification or rectifying a situation. This is deeply rooted in the Quran, Surah Al-Hujurat. It's deeply rooted in the Islam. And we know that in Islam, al-usra, preserving family, is very important. كلكم راء وكلكم مسؤول على رعايتكم. All of you are shepherd, and all of you are responsible over your flock. كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. وأقوى من ذلك, and what is stronger than that, فقال الله سبحانه وتعالى قوا أنفسكم وأهلكم نارا. Save yourself and your family from the fire. حتى يقول رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, until you even see the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, either ara, if you see something that is wrong, yugayru biyad, right? If you see something that's wrong, you change it with your hands. Then he say, ba'da dhalik, right? If you're not able to, la yastati, yugayru bilisan, you change it with your tongue. And if you're not able to do so, then you hate it in your heart, and that is the weakest of Iman, in another narration. So we understand in Islam that when we see problems or things that are problematic, we change them with our hands. And if we're not able to do so, then we speak out against it. Correctly? So we understand in Islam some of the issue between the man and the woman. A lot of us need to step forward, fix some of these issues and talk about it. And my attempt here, yugayru bilisan, kama qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then you change it with your tongue. That's what I'm doing right now. A lot of the gender wars between the African American Muslim, male and female, most of it is built upon pseudoscience. I like saying that word. Pseudoscience, and a majority of it is a distraction from what is really going on politically in America. And sometimes we don't sit back and look at from this way that why are we taking on these debates? There's a bigger picture happening in the community. There's a bigger thing happening in America right now. Why are the African Americans fighting or putting all their energy into the gender war? For some of us who have social media and who make money off of social media, like YouTube and YouTubers, well, it's going to bring me views and hits. So I'm going to make money off these views and hits. So let's connect the disconnected in our community related to the gender war in the African American Muslim community. For some of us brothers and sisters in the African American Muslim community, we refuse to recognize the social issues that go on in our community. We refuse to recognize the psychological issues that go on in our community. We refuse to recognize the economical issues going on in our community. And I'm talking about in the Black community. And we refuse to recognize these things, which leads to more problems. So the way you're looking at it to solve it, or solve the gender war issues, the Black man got problem with Black women, the Black woman got problems with the Black man. The way you're going about to fix the issue, none of it is rooted in anything that's going to be workable, except for using templates that people are using to get views on social media. And if this is going to be a template that they are using for social media and is getting views, then that means that the person who's talking about these issues and are getting views and likes and making money off these topics, he or she are going to continue to talk about the issues that do not bring the solutions, so they can keep on making more videos and getting more hits so they can make more money. The correct way to go about fixing these issues is not following the template from YouTube. For the African American Muslim then with our usul, يعني يبنى على كتاب وسنة. We fix our issues is built upon or fixed upon kitab wa sunnah. Then we're going to look at some of the social and economical and psychological things that go on in the America and the black community that cause us to have these rifts, these discords. Unfortunately, some of the African American Muslims who are talking about solutions from Kitab and Sunnah, some of them, they also fell because they're not looking at the social and psychological issues, or the social and psychological and economical things that are causing the rift. They fail to look at these things, some of them, not all. So in their community, this fitna or this issue is a revolving door of problems. So I can't be on Facebook, I can't be on YouTube, I can't be on social media, oh brothers and sisters, and continue to complain. The black woman complaining about the black man, or the black man complaining about the black woman, and none of us are looking at the origin of the problem and not finding real solutions from Kitab and Sunnah to fix the issue. Instead of we'll continue to complain and don't have the solutions for the problem. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he came with solutions for problems. You think that the male and female discord is something brand new, fabricated in America? This goes back to Adam wa Hawa, Adam and his wife, the issue between man and woman. So it's going to always be something that's going to exist. Small break. I want you guys to think about something. Small little break. So, how long are we going to keep on arguing and debating and participating in the gender war, where some of us, we lose focus on the main goal, or we lose focus on how to bring about the real solution and making it resonate inside the community, somewhat so that we have a framework that fix the issues or deal and address the issues. If you're going to be a black male or African American Muslim and continue to complain about the black woman, and you're not looking into the Quran and Sunnah and looking into psychological things, sociology, looking at the social structure that the woman is in and the black man is in to fix their problems, then you are also part of the problem. And likewise, if you are a black woman, African American Muslim sister, and you continuing to talk about the black man into a negative way, and you're not going to look at the social issues that we live in America, the systemic racism, how it affects our psychology, how it affects our daily living, how it affects our finances, and you're not looking for solutions to fix these issues from Kitab and Sunnah, then you are also part of the problem. Many of us are part of the problem, and we're not part of the solution. And if you're not going to be part of the solution and you're going to be part of the problem, then you are part of the fitna. And something that we don't address, we fail to look at it, that these type of discords, these type of gender wars that we are arguing and debating about and not looking into how to solve them with real solution is going to affect our children. It's going to affect who? Our children. So there's going to be a revolving door. A revolving door. Meaning that the next generation of our children are going to be facing the same problems, entering the same rhetoric, because they watch their parents do it. They watch their mothers do it. They watch their fathers do it. They watch their neighbors do it. They watched it on YouTube. They watched it on Facebook. Yes, your kids are on Facebook and YouTube and social media, and they're watching these things. The gender wars between the black man and the black woman. I remember when I was a little kid, I had to be there between the age of 6 and 7. I went to a summer program for kids who like writing. It was in a college, a summer program for kids who like creative writing. And I wrote a story, and my teacher, she loved the story. Guess what's the name of the story? It was called Mr. and Mrs. X. Mr. and Mrs. X. It's about a divorcee, a divorced couple. I was 6 years old. The teacher loved the story because it was adult content, but I was a little boy. Like how a little kid picked this up from what? Watching media, watching TV, listening, seeing what other people are doing who are adults. Teacher loved the content because I was a little kid writing adult content. She published the story in one of her books from creative writing. So it means that our children are watching us. So while we're beefing and grievance and arguing and complaining and involved in the gender war, we don't see how it's affecting the peoples in our society, especially when we're not coming with no real solutions. And we're following YouTubers, people who are looking to get hits and views so they can make money by their monetized social media platform. And majority of them, not all, not looking into the social, economical, and psychological condition that black people has been through in this country under a tyrant government who single out the black community, who targeted the black community for hundreds of years. So if you're not studying that, not looking how that affect the black community, which includes the black male and the black female, then you will never come with any real solution because you don't understand the origin of the problem. Then you got those who made templates to try to fix these issues based on Eurocentric pseudoscience that cause more problem, more confusion. And on that note, a lot of people can't take this. I already understand that a lot of us we're not gonna get out or out stuck. We're gonna get stuck in the mill. Some of us want to stay in the mill, want to stay in the grinder. Because it's now when you caught it in the grinder, you're pointing your finger at somebody else and not looking at yourself as being a part of the problem. So that means he won't work on self to fix the issues. And we all need to fix the issues as a community. And to fix the issue as a community, we have to start looking at what can I do to make a change? How I could change my behavior? And if we fail to do this, it's going to be the revolving door of the same issues in the Black community between the man and the woman. That's why I step out of that type of content or that media or those platforms that talk about that issue. I don't waste too much time with that stuff. I don't waste a lot of time with that stuff. You gotta look for real solutions.